was that rattler?
That was just a shaker, but it's a rabbit's foot thing. Like this could be cornmeal or something inside of there that's making that sound, but I'm not sure what they put in there. I've tried to make some of my own shakers, and I've never quite gotten to what this one does. But this was given to me.
Who gave it to you?
Adam Schreiber.
What stresses you out?
That's a good question. Money does. Definitely money. I think that's one for everybody.
Well, you picked a good career to...
Yeah, that's one. But I think the fact that I play drums as a job is what keeps me sane.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as drums go, that's what I eat, sleep, and breathe, you know, in some form, whether it's playing or learning or figuring out more of how to record them. It's always revolved around this instrument as far as the day-to-day goes, you know. This is called Lemon Rind. Vocals, instrumental.
Did Todd give you like an idea of what
You're good.
what you wanted to sound like?
So yeah, when he sends these, most of the time it's like a pre-recorded track of all the instruments. So there are drum parts, but for this specific one, I asked that he sent it without drums on it so that I could maybe come up with my own part and have no preconceived, if that's the right way to use that.
Did he give you any direction, anything like that?
I mean, the song itself, with Ty stuff, it's mostly within like the pop realm, so most of that stuff, it's like pretty cut and dry as far as what the groove is, whereas like a singer-songwriter or something can get a little weirder, but...
Parents, growing up, were they super enthusiastic about your musical journey?
I can't say the answer would be yes. I think both of them coming up on like rock and roll bands like The Who and Led Zeppelin were kind of the two schools that my parents came from. Mom being Led Zeppelin, Dad loved The Who. I think there were times where they were like, oh, he's starting to, I mean, he's obsessed with this. I mean, prior to that, it would have been Legos, I think, would have been my previous obsession before these. There were times where it's like, okay, this is annoying, you have to stop just like doing that thing over and over and over again. But I was just figuring it out, and I think once I decided to go to school for it, there was okay, I figured this was gonna be over at this point, but I had no other option in my mind, and luckily they weren't the type of parents who were like, no, you're not going to do this, you're gonna do this. So I'm fortunate in that way that they kind of let me jump off that cliff and see what happens. Dad definitely, Dad went to school for business, and he's very money-minded. So he didn't say that, but he definitely was. I had to sit down and was like, are you sure you wanna do this? Because there's no definite. And with the music education degree was my way of like creating a for sure job if I finish this degree, you know, which somehow I came out the other end. So this might be boring, but I'm gonna listen through and make a chart of it.
You left your books in the kitchen.
Ty's writing a song, and it's got a pop vibe. It's got a kind of like a reggaeton type a groove to it, and we did a kit portion and then recorded some percussion. I think we did shaker, tambourine, and bongos, and then some little sparkly keys for the icing on top. Sometimes I get nothing but vocals and an acoustic guitar, and I'm left with where the groove goes. And most of the time, when anybody writes a song, they have something in their head of like where they feel the beat. So I can either line up with that, or they send a note of like, no, let's move it to this kind of groove.
This is a pre-serial set of Ludwig toms. So 1960. And then the bass drum is an A&F aluminum bass drum. It sounds real good and it's super light. And then for this snare drum, I think I'm gonna go for also a deep aluminum, which is right above your head. That sound that I heard in that track kind of has like a just quick, low, fat thing, and the aluminum does that well, for me at least. These are 16-inch Chris Mead hi-hats, which is weird to say again, but that's my name. Yeah, these are just, Ray Burn Cymbals makes these for me, and these technically have my name attached to them. So that's what they are, you know?
So these are a signature series.
You could say that. I sure do like them.
I know we kind of glazed over your accident. Can you talk about that? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
What happened?
I was driving to A&F to assemble some drums. I think it was 8:15 a.m. Not that anybody's counting. And I was coming around a corner in Spicewood. It had rained that morning earlier, so the roads were slick. I was going the speed limit, which was 45. I came around a bend and started hydroplaning, and had about a good, I don't know exactly how long, but about a good 4 seconds seeing a F-150. I'm in its lane. My foot is on the brake. I'm what seems to be going faster than I was when I put my foot on the brake, and just collided with the truck. And luckily there was no turmoil or anything. We just hit brick wall. I look down, my hand is open in a few places. I get my phone out, take a picture of my hand, and then called Drew at Moon Tower saying I couldn't be at the gig that night. Then I called Ellis Bullard. Same thing, hadn't called 911 yet. I was like, hey, I can't do the gig tomorrow. There's beep, beep, all this sounds from my car going off.
And when that happened, I could have blinked and it was over, you know. But when that happened, my left hand came off the steering wheel. And I think in this, because I had lacerations here and obviously mostly here, but my hand kind of hit the window in this manner. And most of the damage was done here, but structurally, really no issue as far as movement is concerned. But it was just a thing with my finger motion. But drumming wise, there wasn't a lot of issue until I had to deal with that neuroma. But
what did the thought cross your mind, like, I might not drum again?
No.
Okay.
No. It wanted to, but for some reason I just didn't. I knew, I was like, I have no other option. It's either go work at HEB or play drums, you know? No. But I just kind of didn't let myself get there. And a lot of friends were kind of worried about if I was getting into a dark place, because I was kind of I went from pretty much being the busiest I ever was to not working at all. But luckily I did not get to that place. I didn't give myself any other option other than to get back to drumming, you know. I was gonna figure it out.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little pass, see what happens. I'm going to listen back to these other parts, but for now I'm going to add percussion, and later on, if there's a part I need to fix up, I can punch a little section, but the framework is there. Just like that, to add, just like you add ingredients to a cake or food or anything, it just kind of, this is just the stuff I just...
without that, you know, it just adds. And some of this stuff may or may not be used when I send it to the artist, but it gives them what I would hear if I were to put something like that in there. And if they want to use it, they can. If they want to take it out, they can.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, I mean, there was a time between 2012 and 2018, that I was like, because I was trying things I had never tried before. I've heard friends of mine put it in terms of like sneakers. They grew up and they weren't able to get these sneakers that they wanted. And now that they're at a point in their life, they get all these crazy sneakers. Similar to me with drums. I started in a small town where we didn't have a big music store with options to see these things in real life. So I was looking at magazines and online and just kind of drooling over the things I couldn't necessarily get. So yeah, when I got to a point where I could get them, I was getting them to just at least try it. But at the point that I'm at right now, I think all the instruments I have, I'm pretty set. There's little things here and there, but I definitely have what I need.
What soothes your anxiety about trying to earn a living through your art? Is it work ethic?
I don't know that there is a lot of anxiety about earning a living through my art, because in a way, yes, I always want to get better and make more, but the fact that I'm here in Austin playing this instrument and paying bills every month and paying rent, you know, I'm doing what I wanted to do in the first place. You know, that was the original goal, was just work is this instrument, and that's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm a kid about this instrument, so to be able to like say that this is taking me to another country or another state, another city, whatever it may be, I still get giddy about that.